How's it going, everyone? Your boys Corey here, aka Crasher and
Cosmog!
Woo! And ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we have ourselves another discussion for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl leaks. Now, like last time when it came to this particular subject, we are going to be giving you guys a spoiler warning, so that way if you guys had accidentally clicked on this video and you do not want to be spoiled, now is your chance to back out, as we do not want to have anyone unintentionally spoiled when it comes to the making of these videos. Now, for those guys that are going to be proceeding with watching this video, I also want to make another note that any imagery that you see here is going to have blurs to it. That is for legal reasons, as if we remember back to the Sword and Shield data mine fiasco, yeah, we don't want to have a repeat of that here in this case. So without further ado, baby, let's begin with this. Eclipse here says just 3 words, who are you? This is depicted on the church in Hearthhome City, yo. Now, even though the imagery is blurred, to give you guys a description of it, we have ourselves what appears to be a representation of Arceus on the church, where you see in the third image right here in the middle, and I wonder what it could depict. Maybe a new form. Wow. Alright. Well, I don't want to get my hopes up too high about that, but should that actually be a thing, that would be just absolutely epic.
Imagine if it's an ancient form of Arceus or something like that.
Maybe. I mean, again, this all just, we don't want to get our hopes up, and this right here is just some mere speculation. We won't know until we actually get the games ourselves. But I am already getting very juiced up. I'm really getting juiced up. Now, moving on, we have ourselves this. Guys, controls are inverted in this place, and that right there is the distortion room. That's right. We have the distortion room, where pretty much any laws of physics when it comes to time and space is thrown completely out the window. And I absolutely love the nice touch here in this situation, where even your controls are affected. So anything that is, say left and right is opposite, up and down is opposite. That right there is honestly a nice touch.
If there's a puzzle in this room, it's gonna be real tricky because of the inverted controls.
Yes. That would just add a lot more charm to this. And while we might not have the distortion world in BDSP, this right here sounds like a pretty nice, we'll say, compromisation of sorts. You know what I mean? So, moving on, we have ourselves an update when it comes to the underground. After finishing the game once, the underground areas will set wild Pokemon at level 60, some holding rare items as well. Also, if you exit and enter again in these areas, wild Pokemon will instantly change. Now, this right here, with level 60, I am automatically getting Sword and Shield wild area vibes from this. What say you?
I am getting those vibes too, and I expect to see more evolved forms in the underground area at post-game.
Yeah. I definitely believe that these level 60 Pokemon, they're not just going to be little piddly baby Pokemon or first stage Pokemon. I think they're going to be big hosses of finally evolved forms. No doubt about that. And holding rare items as well. That right there is definitely something to take note of. Maybe a Pokemon with leftovers or a choice band or something like that. Pretty useful items. That would be absolutely amazing. No doubt about that. And on the note of amazing, we actually have ourselves an update when it comes to Rotom here in BDSP. Rotom can be caught after finishing the game once. Also, it can drop the secret key that can be used to access an event room in the Team Galactic building in Eterna City and change Rotom form. So that right there is a good thing, especially for those Rotom fans out there, that we can actually have Rotom have access to all of its forms. Thank God for that.
So this is something that actually brought in from Platinum, which I'm really thankful for.
Yeah, I'm definitely really happy that they're actually implementing some stuff from Platinum, even if it might not be the big scale things like the distortion world. I do have to give credit where credit is due. They didn't just outright handicap Rotom for the sake of being faithful remakes for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But moving on, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this is where we get to the juice. Because what we have here are the legendary plates, and they have names to them as well, as we see right here, the Discovery Slate, which is the representation of Regice, Registeel, and Regirock, the Kanto Slate, which is representation of Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Johto Slate, Entei, Suicune, Raikou, Soul Slate, Latias and Latios, Rainbow Slate, Hooooow, Squall Slate, Lugia, Oceanic Slate, Kyogre, Tectonic Slate, Groudon, Stratospheric Slate, Rayquaza, Genome Slate, Mewtwo, and Distortion Slate, you get the Grisius Orb. And what I absolutely love about each of these slates is that they are in the shape and the color depending on what the game cartridges look like. So as an example, we'll say the good old classic Gen 1 Pokemon game cartridges for the original Game Boy, they're in the shape of that. And that right there, I absolutely love that aesthetic touch. That's just incredible.
That's just beyond cool. Like, it's also a nice nostalgic touch too.
Yeah, very nostalgic. And you know what? Nostalgia can be a good thing if it is used just in the right amount and in the right way. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to spoil a dish with too much of one thing. Just like in Hell's Kitchen, right? So, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves another update. While Pokemon can't be seen shiny in the overworld, same goes for the starter at the selection screen. You must enter the battle to check if they're shiny, but luckily, the following Pokemon feature displays the shiny version of any Pokemon. Oh my god. Woo! You can't see it, but damn, I am shivering in excitement right now, man. Can you imagine shiny Pokemon following you in the overworld? That is crazy.
I wish they had the same mechanics as in Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee, so
yes.
What I have to say to this is, bland, what a shame.
Bland? I mean, well, okay, so I actually like this, but in terms of seeing shiny wild Pokemon in the overworld, that would be a good thing if it was added into BDSP, but it doesn't seem like that is the case. But who knows? Maybe in the future they might do something like this for a future game. I really, truly hope so, because they did that right in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
I do love the following shiny Pokemon, though. That's good.
Yes, very, very good indeed, my friend. So now we have ourselves a couple of minor details to share with you guys. Shiny rate in BDSP is 1 out of 4,096 odds, and we finally have confirmation of the BDSP game size without day 1 patch being at 4.65 gigs. Now, this right here, the reason why we bring this up is because in the last video, there were a couple of points that were discussed that kind of had us met with disappointment, such as the music sounding unfinished, things like that. But the reason is because the person most likely had an unfinished or somehow incomplete version of the BDSP game, and with all of the patches that are going to be coming through to this game is going to obviously make it more full, make it more complete, things like that. Because Nintendo says that this right here could be up to 8 gigabytes. So that right there is something to take into consideration.
We do know that movie cutscenes are coming in the day 1 patch.
Yep.
So that's that.
Yep. So while there were some earlier leaks that may have came off as disappointing, this right here is where we once again need to remind you guys to keep an open mind and also at the same time be cautiously optimistic. So exercise optimism, but also exercise some extreme caution as well. Just some advice from you boys. So, moving on here, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves some stuff in regards to moves here. Such as, there are currently 826 moves in Pokemon. Out of these, BDSP has support for 512. There are 314 moves that have been removed. Most moves that were removed in Sword and Shield are still removed. However, Hidden Power is back. Thank God. That right there is a move that was a really good game changer and a really good surprise too in past generational competitive play. So a lot of us competitive players are going to be pretty happy about this news in all honesty. Now, most moves that were removed in Sword and Shield are not back, like Return, Pursuit, Heal Order, but some signature moves of Pokemon like Unknown and Smeargle are back. So in translation, Hidden Power and Sketch, that would be Smeargle's signature move.
Speaking of Hidden Power, what if it's only exclusive to Unknown in BDSP?
Better freaking not be. If that is, that right there is not only a teaser, but they wasted the most expensive part! Look at it!
They already wasted the most expensive part. I mean, Heal Order is Vespi Queen's signature move, and
yes!
It's removed. It's not back.
It got removed! I mean, how could you handicap the Queen of the Bees, Vespiquen, like that, there, Game Freak?
Well,
how could you do her
gets
dirty?
rules, but yeah, Heal Order is a signature ability after all.
Man, that right there kind of ruffles my fur a little bit, if you know what I mean. But let's move on here, ladies and gentlemen. The events of Arceus, Darkrai, and Shaman are there, but incomplete. Probably going to be enabled in a future patch. Now, as for this right here, we have ourselves a list of TM changes. So TM10, formerly known as Hidden Power, now becomes Workup. TM21, which was Frustration, now becomes Dazzling Gleam. TM27, which was Return, is now known as Low Sweep. TM43, which was Secret Power, now is known as Volt Switch. TM49, Snatch becomes Scald. TM62, Silver Wind becomes Bug Buzz. TM63, Embargo becomes Nasty Plot. TM78, Captivate becomes Snarl. And TM83, Natural Gift becomes Bulldoze.
So there's no TM for Hidden Power anymore?
It doesn't seem like it. I mean, we had TM10, which was Hidden Power, but it became Workup here. So if what you said earlier happens to be true, my guy, I'ma flip out. But before I do that, let's finish up this video. So, we actually have ourselves something that, now I will advise you guys, if you want to read the chart at your own leisure, please pause at this portion. We won't be sticking around forever, but this is what we have for you guys, to give you guys a brief explanation. Bottle Caps and Destiny Knot are both apparently obtainable via pickup in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. There might be other ways to obtain them, but I wanted to make sure I got this mentioned. Now, what we have right here when we go from left to right would be the levels. So 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, etc., etc. And we have ourselves a list of items going down, so like Super Repel, Full Heal, Hyper Potion, Ether, etc., etc. Now you'll notice in the columns we have ourselves a variety of numbers. That right there are odd percentages. So as an example, if you were 1 to 10 level, you would have a 3% chance at getting a Super Repel. Whereas if you are, say, at level 91 to 100, if you want to have something like, say, one of the stones, whether it is a Dusk Stone, a Shiny Stone, or a Dawn Stone, you have a 10% chance odds at getting those items. So, again, please pause at this portion of the video if you want to read through this at your own leisure. So this right here is definitely some pretty interesting and helpful information. Now, speaking of information, we got ourselves quite a bit to break down right here. Such as the VS Seeker, Pokeradar, Shiny Charm are all back. Now, I am an absolute fan of shiny hunting, so it is good, thank God, that the Shiny Charm is back. As for Pokeradar, I can't wait to see and use it for myself in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. No shiny locks for starters, legendaries, Arceus, Darkrai, or Shaman. Okay, so we can actually shiny hunt for starters, legendaries, Arceus, Darkrai, or Shaman. Good to know. Thank God for that. Though the Gift, Mew, and Jirachi are shiny locked. Oh, come on, man. Like, we can't shiny hunt for those Pokemon? They have really good shinies too. Like, that was so good. And it's really a waste that they're not able to be found shiny. But let's move on here. New Twinkling Star Ribbon. TMs of deleted moves have changed. The GTS is now called Global Wonder Station and allows you to use Wonder Trade and only that. In Ramana's Park, you can find all legendary Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 3. You can find mystery shards in the Grand Underground to exchange for slates to unlock rooms in the park. In the Distortion Room in Ramana's Park, you can find the Grisius Orb. There are rematches for Gym Leaders, Elite Four, and Champion, and they're all ridiculously hard with good movesets, items, and brutal AI.
I'm loving the sound of that.
Okay, that is amazing. So it sounds like that the post game is going to offer us some good options if we want a challenge such as rematching Gym Leaders, the Elite Four, and the champion Cynthia herself. That is amazing. You can still pass down egg moves through the nursery. Okay, that right there is another good thing that they have kept. There's a second rematch with the Elite Four and Cynthia. Cynthia is now the strongest trainer in Pokemon's history. The post-game battles are pretty hard. So it sounds like to me that we gotta train up our team in the post-game, and I mean really train it up, man. Holy moly.
And you know what? I have really high expectations after reading about the difficulty.
Yeah. I would imagine, man, this right here just honestly goes to show that we are going to be in for a tough one when it comes to battles in the post-game. That gets my heart racing, man. And on the note of heart racing, we are 8 days away for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I don't think it gets any more exciting than that. Like, wow. Do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap it up, bro?
I am really excited for the game and to see what the game has in store for us, especially with the Day 1 patch and the upcoming patch as well.
Yes, I'm really excited to see what Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl can really truly bring to the table for us Pokemon fans. So what are your guys' thoughts and opinions about what it is we discussed here in this video? Whatever they happen to be, ladies and gentlemen, we'd love to hear you guys out in the comments down below. And that's it for the video, guys. So we want to say thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing, and especially commenting down below, because we love to hear you guys out. Always have. That will never ever change. Thank you guys again for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day or night, depending on your time zone, and we'll see you guys in the next one.